And welcome back to another episode of the Branching Out podcast. Today we are joined by Daisy Staff. She's one of our operations graduates working across the business, learning all the things that we get up to. So she'll have some great insights for us today on her experience so far. So with that said, welcome Daisy. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Brilliant. So could you give us a bit of an idea of what your experience is as a graduate and what your roles have been so far working at Ground Control?
Yeah, definitely. So I'm on the grad scheme, which is rotational. I started in September of last year and worked around in a couple of divisions. So I started off 2 weeks on the tools, which was really cool because I actually was out and about on the field with the field teams, which was a cool experience. I was up in Lakenheath as well, so that's like RAF.
Yeah,
so I
lovely
saw
area.
a lot of cool planes and things there whilst
Yep.
I was out on the tools. And then I went over to client services, which is kind of like more the behind the scenes side of things, which was good to get an insight on like the financy side and actually working with clients.
Yep.
And then I moved over to grounds maintenance, shadowing contract managers, and that was also really cool because I got to meet clients face to face and go to different sites, which was just really cool to see all these different
The
amazing
breadth of
places.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
things
places that
like
we go.
yeah, exactly. Things you don't even know that ground control looks after, and I was just like on the site, like this is so cool. And then after that, I moved to business development, and now I am in HR. So that is a bit about what I've been up to so far.
Very good. Yes. So Daisy's been helping us out specifically in the training team recently, doing some research for us on some upcoming projects that we have, and getting to know the things that we get up to in the L&D team. So, yes, hopefully you've been having a good experience so far.
Yeah, it's been going
I'm not
really
going to say that. But yes, you've had a fabulous time, Daisy. No. No, but you can be honest. It was terrible. It was so terrible.
No, it's all good.
So I don't like this. Normally we ask like, what does a typical week look like for you? But you wouldn't have it. I mean, do you have a typical week at all, or is it just, yeah, every week's new?
Yeah, I guess every division I've been in has looked like different weeks in
Yeah.
there. But it's a good mixture of working from home and then being out on site, doing like research-based tasks or more analytical, looking at spreadsheets. So it's a variety of different things depending on like what division I'm in at the time. But a good mixture and something that I really enjoy is just like how different each day is.
That's good because that's really giving you an idea because there are so many different roles at ground control because we do cover so much of the country doing different things. So it's good that these roles exist now and that you're able to like really get a good breadth of the business and yeah, bring new insights as well. So obviously you've worked in a few divisions now, doing a few different roles.
Yeah.
Have you had a challenging project or I guess piece of work that you've done so far that and I guess tell us a little bit about it, how you approached it.
Yeah, definitely. So when I was in client services, I was working on a project to improve the delivery of extra works, and that involved phoning up all the field teams. So it's quite a big
Okay.
project to
Yeah.
get a lot of feedback. And I approached it in just like an open mind way. I'd never really had to call that many people,
Yeah.
especially who are really busy as well. So just making
Yeah.
sure that like I approached it in a friendly way and just ask them if they have a couple minutes just to give some feedback, which ultimately will help them at the end of the day just be able to deliver work more efficiently, and if they had any problems or needed any help with that as well. So it's just a good opportunity for them as well to give feedback to us. But yeah, it was a big project working
Yeah,
on that.
no, so that's a lot of talking to teams across the country. So did you like schedule at certain times of day to speak with teams, or were you just trying to get a hold of as many teams as possible when you're working on that?
It was a little bit of both. So started off just trying to call as many people, and because a lot of people won't pick up as well, but sometimes they'll pick up and then be busy. So it's like reschedule to be able to like call them when they're free and a better time. So yeah, a bit of both, going backwards and forwards with that.
And any key takeaways from that you've kind of any themes you or things that you learned from speaking with teams? Because that's a lot of teams to talk to.
It was a lot of teams, yeah. I feel like it was quite good because the takeaways were pretty positive. It wasn't like I didn't have to deal with anything too crazy. So
Yeah,
it was
that's
nice
good.
to be able to have like constructive feedback as well, just like points that they thought, oh, this could be done, so it improves it on their end as well. Um, so yeah, it was a good opportunity just to speak to a variety of people as well and really like understand and know what it's like on their side of things, as well as from like being in the office perspective as well. So yeah.
Very cool. Uh, no pressure. So I'm gonna ask you maybe what were your so far? Obviously, you've done two-ish, three-ish areas of the business so far.
Yeah.
What are the top, like maybe three things? It doesn't have to be three things. I'm just putting a number out there. What are like the top three things you've learned so far as an operations graduate?
I think like the main thing is just learning exactly what ground control does on a deeper level. Because like joining, like a rough idea of what ground control does, but coming
Yeah.
in and actually being in the divisions and seeing all the work that everyone does behind the scenes been really beneficial. And then also like from that, learning how to communicate across different divisions as well as with clients. Um, it's just like adapting your communication style to be able to meet the needs of different people that you work with. And
Yeah.
also just being like adaptable with that as well and getting stuck into all the different things that kind of come your way.
Yeah, that's the truth right there is you're having to adapt regularly to different roles. And yeah, there is something to be said about communicating on different levels and with different groups of people. I mean, if you want to make your message hit, you've got to speak to, to what interests them and what, what will spark their interest, and what they're used to maybe if someone's not been talking to their level, actually like speaking in terms that make sense, rather than
Yeah.
maybe speaking in jargon, which I think quite often we do get caught up in our own little bubbles sometimes of speaking our own jargon. We need to find a way to come to a happy medium where we're all speaking the same language,
Yeah,
basically.
definitely.
Right, so that's yeah. So obviously, talking to a lot of field teams is a massive challenge. Has there been any exciting projects that you've worked on that you've really enjoyed?
Yeah, I've really enjoyed working on habitat banks research. So
Okay.
this looked into BNG biodiversity net units, and wildfowl and Davana are both what ground control have
Yeah.
within that. So just looking at what other people are doing, competitors, and how we can stand out as ground control marketing wise as well with that. And it's been really insightful just to see what else is out there and also highlighting how well wildfowl and Davana are doing in
Yeah.
comparison as well. Um, that really stood out to me and it was just a fun project getting involved with the environmental side of the company.
Yeah, no, that is really good. The we had Chris on last year talking about wildfell. So it's good to hear that that project is still doing really well and progressing and achieving what we would hope and want it to achieve, to support that initiative at in the business.
Yeah.
Right. And so what kind of obviously doing lots of different things. You started in September, so you've been in it a good few months now. People are going to start looking around and thinking about doing something like this year and in this year eventually. I mean, it's 2025, it's February time when we're talking right now. So getting closer to September, what advice would you give someone considering a graduate operations role at ground control?
I'd say definitely look into it and get involved because it's such a good opportunity to really grow and like learn a variety of different skills across being in different divisions. And I'd say like just saying yes to any opportunity that comes your way, because it's a great way to get out of your comfort zone, and just try new things. I think the grad scheme as well is just so varied that you do end up meeting so many different people with different skill sets as well. So learning off what they have and taking that into the next role that you go into is really beneficial as well. And you can just bring all the things that you've learned together as you go through.
Yeah, because you're not just, working the tools, you're not just talking to clients and everything. There, you are really testing out and seeing, you know, what is your interest, where's your passion lie, and really what motivates you in what could motivate you to further your career in that direction, if that makes
Yeah,
sense. So,
definitely.
has there been anything that's got your interest going so far
So
that you
many things. I
particularly
feel like
enjoyed?
in every division that I've been in, there's been elements that I've just really enjoyed. So I guess like speaking with clients is one of them that stood out to me, just like understanding that relationship between ground control and the client and maintaining it. And just seeing like how contract managers deal with that, and build upon these relations. And it just shows like how important it is to the company to be able to keep them as a client going forward. But yeah, in each division I've been in, I've learned a lot of different skills, and done research projects as well, which I'm interested in like the environment side. So doing habitat bank research was really cool. Um,
Yeah.
and working alongside like Emma and Chris, who are working in that field as well, just to get their expertise on the subject and then be able to do my own research and then bring that back to them as well. It's just been really, really beneficial and something that I'm interested in as well. So yeah,
Yeah, you're not just doing the admin bits, you're getting stuck in, which is
yeah,
important. Yeah. Um, so we're going to shift a little bit and talk a bit more about you and obviously you're learning constantly because that's what your job is as a graduate, is to
yeah.
learn and also contribute with your projects that you've been working on. Development wise, is there anything else that you have been doing since you joined ground control?
I'm going to be joining the GC development program. So that will be like joining a load of the different courses throughout the year, just to improve like self-development and go forward with that. And I also have a mentor alongside. So when I joined, I got assigned a mentor,
Okay.
and she's really helpful as well into helping me with deciding what areas I want to develop on, and then going from there with her as well. Um, so I think both alongside each other are quite good, because she kind of helps me like decide which areas I want to like focus on, and then the GC development program will actually help me tackle these,
Yeah.
and implement it.
Yeah, it's very like pragmatic trading in that you will learn a bit of theory, but you'll need to then apply that to your actual role and what you're doing.
Yeah,
And the mentorship is quite good because we are really getting that going again. At ground control, we did have a pause on that kind of service or that area of learning for a while. So it's good to hear that you're one of the people that we're trying to work on and see how it would flow and keep it so we can use it across the business more. So it's good to know that it's been working for you,
yeah,
and that is an opportunity for staff if they are looking to either be a mentor or have a mentor, that opportunity exists. But I don't want to take up too much of your time today. So let's end on our favorite question. What is the best piece of advice you've ever been given?
I think the best piece of advice I've been given, especially in regards to the grad scheme, is to put in what you put in is what you get out.
Yeah.
And I feel like so many people have said this to me, and it's really true and resonates with me, because when you're going around the different divisions, you're working with so many different people. That's a great opportunity just to like throw yourself in there, get out of your comfort zone, and try everything. And then the rewards from that are really rewarding as well, because you do just get more feedback from everyone that you work with, whilst just building your confidence and experience overall.
No, that's really good. I think you could even apply that to really any, yeah, I mean, that's really great for a graduate role. I think it's good for anyone new to ground control, no
Yeah,
matter the role is, get stuck in, learn as much as you can, um, and don't be afraid to ask questions because, I mean, that's the biggest thing is,
definitely.
yeah, definitely get stuck in and get involved with what's going on. So thank you very much, Daisy, for taking the time to speak with me today. I really appreciate it, and we'll catch up again soon.
Thank you.
And thank you again to Daisy for talking with us today. If you have any exciting projects that you would like to share or would like to get involved in the podcast, please reach out to us in the training team. Until next time, take care.